it's Miss Brew, and I am here to bring another kid yoga video to you. And this one is especially for my Howard friends. You don't have to go to Howard to be able to enjoy the video, but since we aren't able to be at Howard, I thought we'd do something a little bit Howard related. So, who knows the mascot of Howard? Joshua, can you tell us the mascot of Howard?
Howie Bear.
Howie Bear. So, we have collected our favorite bears here in our house. Go ahead and pause the video and go grab your favorite bear so that you can do this yoga flow with your bear, because it's always fun to do it with a friend or a stuffy that makes you feel good. So, pause it. We'll wait. We're waiting. And then when you get back, I want you to take your bear and give your bear a nice big hug. And then, James, can you tell us who your bear is and why your bear is special to you?
My bear is named Bo, and he's special because I think he was the first teddy bear that I ever got.
That's right. Joshua, how about your bear? What's your bear's name and why is he special?
My bear's name is Bounce Bounce, and he's special because I think this was the first bear I ever got.
That wasn't the first bear you got, but it was definitely a special one because it was from my grandma, my Grammy mom. Yep. And then this is Dinky. This is my bear that I had when I was a baby, and you can tell that this bear has been well loved. Actually, for our breathing exercise today, I want you to hold on to your bears. So whatever feels right, if you want to hug your bear nice and tight, or if you just want them to sit in your lap and bring your hands to your shoulders. That's fine. So take that bear, and then we're going to do a bear breath today. So we're going to breathe in, and then at the top of the breath, we're going to hold our breath for 2 seconds. That means a count 1, 2. Then we're going to breathe out, count, and then hold it for 1, 2. Okay, so ready? Breathe in. Hold 1, 2. Breathe out. 1, 2. So you don't have to count out loud, because then that's hard to hold your breath and count. So you can do it with your finger to keep track of your counting. All right, I did it too soon. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. That's a really good breath to do to calm you down, or even if you're doing this after quiet time, to kind of just bring some life back into your body. So let's warm up with our song, our Dance for the Sun song. So everyone put your bear someplace special, and then everybody stand up. And we're not going to do it to the music here, but you can turn on the music. If, I have a playlist that's actually specifically for this bear flow today, and it is called Kids Yoga Bear Flow. And my playlist can be found on Spotify under SG Brew, SGBROU. So here we go. So reach to the sky, hang down low, feet jump back, belly on the floor, look to the sun, and downward dog. Hold the downward dog. We're going to breathe here. Good. Put those heels towards the mat. Good. Now jump back to your hands. Hang down low. Stretch up high. And mountain pose. Stretch up high. Hang down low. Feet jump back. Belly on the floor. Look to the sun. And downward dog. And hold your downward dog. gonna twist our torso out just a little bit. Good. Then come to center, shrug your shoulders up and down. Good, now opposite direction. Good, and then reach up high. Breathe out. Reach up high. Breathe out. Good. All right, everyone come crisscross applesauce. So we're going to do how, since this is a Howard focused yoga, how I normally do our yoga, which is we read a book and we create yoga poses with the book, and then we put it all together into a flow. So this book is called Bears Make the Best Reading Buddies. So we're gonna read through it and create some poses. So here we go. At the beginning of the school year, Miss Fitzp assigned reading buddies, but Adelaide didn't need one. She already had her own. Don't be scared, Adelaide coaxed. Come in. You see here, she's coming into school. Ah! Wait, Adelaide said. Bears make the best reading buddies, and I'll tell you why. So here she is, the teacher's scared because she's bringing a bear into school. I'd be scared. All right, so let's start with our mountain pose. We're gonna just focus on mountain pose really quick. We're gonna take our toes, put them together, bring our hands, just like you would walk, except for the hands part, just like you would walk into school on your first day, and be nice and tall. You're ready for class. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, so that's the pose we're gonna start with. Come crisscross applesauce. Bears know how to sniff out a good book with their superpowered snouts. They're wild about adventures and mysteries and fairy tales. So we are gonna go from our mountain pose into a bear pose. So stand up in your mountain, and then to reach up high, fold over, plant your hands, and then you're gonna step your feet back just a little bit and bend your knees. This is our bear pose. Yeah, good.
But this is an easier way.
So we're gonna do our bear pose, and then we're going to, because this bear loves adventures and mysteries and fairy tales, we're gonna take our arms, bring them down, and come into dolphin pose. So we're gonna straighten out our legs. Good. So you see how our forearms are on, the elbows are down, and you straighten your legs out. You don't have to put your heels down. You can actually lift up on your tiptoes. You're upside down. All right. Everyone come crisscross applesauce. Whew, those are hard poses, aren't they? They're kind of surprisingly hard. They know how to build peaceful places where no one bothers you while you read. They sit side by side, knee to knee, and put the book between you so you both can see. So, from our dolphin pose, we're gonna come into child's pose because that's a relaxing pose. So, your toes touch, your knees come out wide, and then you come all the way down with your forehead to the ground. This is a great relaxing pose. This would be a great pose to listen to a book to. But this bear makes like a fort for his friend, Adelaide. So let's create a fort. And what is the best pose?
Downward dog.
Very good. Downward dog is a great fort pose because it creates a little hut. So come up into your downward dog. Hold it. Good. All right. Bend. Okay. So come back to crisscross applesauce. Bears listen with their super sensitive ears while you sound out the words. And if you get frustrated, they wrap you up in warm bear hugs. So we're gonna stay in our crisscross applesauce for this, but when we do it in our flow, we're gonna stand up. So we're gonna take our arms and y'all can turn it more towards the camera so they can see. You're gonna take your hands around your ears and then pull your elbows out. So we're like we're hearing our words, but we're really stretching our arms and our shoulders. Good. Then it says they wrap you up in warm bear hug. So open up your arms and then wrap up in a bear hug. And then open up and switch which hand is over and wrap up in a bear hug the other way.
This one's so, the one that I'm doing right now is my hardest
Oh, and their claws are perfect page flipping tools. Most of the time. Look, he ripped it.
Can I see the rip? Rip!
Don't worry, they always carry a spare jar of honey for making repairs.
I would carry this.
Bears know you never run away from hard to pronounce words. They challenge you to look at the pictures and chew over the possibilities. So let's stand up and we're going to do a running pose. So we're first going to take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and kind of bend our legs into that pose. Good. Now create your arms.
It's kind of like a warrior.
Yeah, kind of like a warrior, but we've got our foot up, so it's kind of like a crescent too. Now, come up into our mountain, switch legs, come back down. Make sure you switch arms, which one's up and which one's down. Okay, one more time. Come center and switch. Good. Center and switch. Oh, I forgot to switch my hand. All right, now come up, and this is going to be all the kids' favorite, and run it out. Okay, now run with your knees high. Good. And then come back down into our crisscross applesauce. And when you get it right, roar! All right, so let me hear y'all's best roars.
Roar!
But if you at home, if you're doing this during a quiet time, I want to hear your whisper roar. Can y'all give me a whisper roar? Okay, so be aware that if you've got a brother or sister that's taking a nap or something, make sure you do a whisper roar, not the big roar. But if not, then go for it. I want to hear your loudest roar.
Roar!
Thank you. From off the camera. Finally, when you come to the end of your book, bears are always hungry for more, especially books about salmon fishing and berry picking. So we thought we would do a fish pose here because we love fish pose. So you're going to bring your feet out into butterfly, and then you're going to walk your hands down until you bring your elbows to the ground. But you keep your back up. Can you keep up on your elbows, Joshua?
No.
Here, sit up first. And now bend your, yeah, there. There you go. Now, take your head and pull it back. Yeah.
That feels good.
Doesn't it feel good? This is one of my favorites. It's surprisingly a feel good. So that's fish pose.
It looks like on our toes.
It does look, but it's not that hard, right? Once you get into it. Bears know that once you get a taste for books, you'll discover trail after trail of adventure and clamor to new heights. So I thought for this page, this is a bear hiking up. And I was thinking about, we don't want to do down dog for another mountain. So what's another kind of mountain-like pose? And I know that my Howard kids love wheel pose.
Wheel.
Yes. So we're going to do wheel pose, but I'm also going to show you modification if you can't do wheel, because Joshua is going to help me show you the modification. So put your feet down, come onto your back, and then take your hands and you'll put them right by your ears, and you're going to raise up into wheel. It's hard. So if you can't do that, if that means you're going to rest on your head, I don't want you to do it like Joshua's trying to do now. Instead, we're going to do bridge. So take your hand, so lay down, knees are still bent.
Like this.
No, Joshua, lay down. Can you follow my direction? So take your hands down, and all you're going to do is lift up your hips. Yeah, there you go. This is bridge pose, and you can stay here. This is also a really great pose. All right, so wheel for all my flexies out there, and bridge for everybody else. And that is why bears make the very best reading buddies, Adelaide finished. Well, don't just stand there, Adelaide, said Miss Fitzp. Show that bear in. Here she is, bringing her bear in. See it?
It has no words.
No words on that page. And I'll read to you, Adelaide said, then you can read to me. And when Adelaide started to read, Bear burrowed in and got lost in the story. All right, so now we're going to take all of that. You can have this book, Sissy, if you want to flip through it. So now we're gonna do the flow as we just practiced all the moves. So everybody stand up. We're coming into our mountain pose. Okay, reach up high and fold over, come into bear. So step back, knees bent, arms straight. Good. Bear pose. Now bring your elbows down, straighten your legs, dolphin pose. Good, yeah, hard pose. You can do it. Now bring your knees down. Bring your knees down. Come into child's pose.
Now this one feels good.
Yep. Now plant your hands and come into down dog. We're making that fort. Good. Now take your feet and jump them to your hands. Come into mountain pose. Good. Take your hands, bring them out around your ears, pull your elbows back, and then bring your arms out wide and hug yourself. Then arms out wide, hug with the opposite hand on top. Good. Now, from here, we're going to do our running poses. So we're going to, we gotta start with our slow run. So we're gonna.
You went a little too far ahead.
I went a little too far ahead. Okay, so come into your run, center, switch legs, run. Center, opposite, run, center, run. Good. Now, run it out. High knees. And then finish off with your roar. Roar! Good. All right, from our roar, we are going to go, where are we going? Oh yeah, then we're gonna come down into our, onto the mat, bring your into butterfly, walk out into fish pose. Take a breath.
This is a good one.
Then you can come all the way down onto the mat, bring your knees up, and come into wheel or bridge. So I'm gonna do bridge this time.
I mean, wheel.
Then lower down, and then we're gonna add, so we can do this round again. We're gonna rock and roll up into our standing. Come to mountain. Let's do it again. You ready? Reach up high, fold over, come into bear. Bring the elbows down, come into dolphin. Bring the knees down, come into child's pose. Plant the hands, lift the hips. You're gonna come into your down dog. Make that fort. Then bend your knees, jump to your hands, come into mountain pose. Take your arms, bring them out to your ears, pull those elbows back. Open up your hands and hug yourself. Open up your hands, switch. Good. Now take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and get into your running lunge. Come to center and switch. Come to center, switch. You got it? Come to center, and last time, switch. And run it out. High knees, and roar. Roar. Good. Come down to your mat, butterfly, and walk down into that fish. Take a breath.
This is a good one.
Then come all the way down, bring the knees up, come into bridge or wheel,
Wheel again.
and then slowly lower down all the way onto the mat and come into our relaxation pose. Take a breath. Great job, guys. Y'all stay laying down for a second. Actually, will you turn over on your stomach, how you like to do?
Should I?
Yeah, whichever way you like. Okay, so when you're finished, take the time to lay down and take a couple breaths. Remember, it's important to relax your mind, relax your muscles, and relax your breath. So take a moment, don't rush right into the next thing, and enjoy this time. And if you want, you can put on our Just Be song, which, oh, thank you, Cece. You're going to come help massage the back. I have, on that Spotify, Just Be is the song that we normally end with that our Howard friends really love. So I miss hearing that song with you guys. So hopefully this will bring a little joy to your life. Take that bear, give it one little hug for me, and I can't wait to see y'all back at Howard, hopefully really soon. But if not, we will see you again for more kid yoga videos. Thanks, guys. Y'all say bye.
Bye. We all miss you. My name's Joshua. Bye. My name's Cece.